Welcome to Rooted Insights, a podcast for women in their second season of life who spent years caring for everyone else, kids, partners, work, households, holding it all together while quietly putting your own needs on the back burner. If you now find yourself wondering, what's next for me? What do I really want from my life now? And how do I start prioritizing myself without dropping everything else? You're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Kelley, a health and well-being specialist and mind-body expert, passionate about blending grounded, science-informed practices into everyday life so we can better support our hardworking nervous systems, emotional well-being, and step more fully into our authentic selves. This is about remembering who you really are and how to live with more fun, wonder, and personal fulfillment in this beautiful next season of your life and beyond. Today we're talking about success, not the version on magazine covers or social media posts, but the quiet definition that lives inside your body and soul, especially as you move into the middle and later seasons of life. You might have all the things you once worked so hard for, family, work, home, responsibilities, and still feel a whisper inside asking, is this it? Is this what success is supposed to feel like? If you can take a slow inhale and a slightly longer exhale while you listen, just notice how the word success lands in your body today. Does it feel different than it once did? Is there heaviness, lightness, disappointment, or a question mark around it as you take a moment to consider this for yourself? When I say successful woman, what images pop into your mind? A certain job title, a certain family picture, a certain kind of house, a certain way of living? And if you're honest, how many of those things, those images, are actually yours versus what family, culture, or social media told you success should look like? There was a season when my life looked very together on paper. I was running my own business out of my home before that was a thing. I was the primary earner. We built our own home. We had kids. I was achieving, contributing, holding a lot. And from the outside, it looked like success. But inside, my nervous system was completely wiped out. I was always exhausted. I felt over-responsible. There never seemed to be enough time in the day, and there was a quiet sense of, I've done all the things. Why doesn't this feel how I thought it would? And when will I feel like I've reached the level of success I should be at? If your life looks right, but doesn't feel right, it's usually a sign that the measurement is off, not that you're failing. Many of us grew up with a certain set of success rules, even if no one said them out loud. A woman's job is to keep everyone else happy, or rest has to be earned after everything is done, or success only comes from hard work, or my worth is tied to how much I make or what I own, produce, or give. Those rules may have helped you survive earlier seasons of your life, getting through school, building a career, raising kids, supporting a partner, but in this mid and later season, they can quietly become suffocating, like a cage or an unattainable mindset. Meanwhile, your reality is changing. Kids are more independent or out of the house, careers are plateauing or shifting, aging parents may need more support, and your body and health are changing. The roles that once defined you start to move, and it can feel like losing ground, when actually you're being invited deeper into yourself. At some point, success stops being, did I do enough? And starts becoming, did I live in alignment with what actually matters to me today? For me right now, a successful day looks less like I checked all the boxes and more like peace in my body. My nervous system isn't fried by the end of the day. Honesty in my relationships. I don't abandon myself to keep the peace. No is a complete sentence sometimes. Some balance between doing and resting, not just one long sprint from morning till night. Space. Moments of pause and honoring quiet as the norm, not the exception. And personal daily connection with myself. Regular body scans and small conversations with my body so I feel more grounded and calm, regardless of what's going on around me. Your version of success in this season might not be flashy or Instagram worthy, but if it feels true in your body, that's the one that matters. From a brain and nervous system perspective, redefining success can feel awkward at first. Your brain automates what you repeat. So if you've spent 20 or 30 years equating success with overworking, overgiving, and self-sacrifice, your system will flag rest, boundaries, and say no as unsafe or selfish at first. nothing is wrong with you. You're installing new internal settings after decades of running an old program. Your nervous system needs time and practice to learn that a softer, more authentic, values-aligned life can still be safe, and that it's actually more sustainable than the previous one you were living. Every time you make a tiny choice that honors your energy instead of an old rule, you're teaching your body this new way of living is allowed. I want to guide you through a simple exercise you can do later in your journal, or you can just imagine it as we talk. I call it Old Rules, New Season. So if you can imagine or even write out just 2 columns in front of you. Column A are the old rules I'm still following. These are those inherited definitions of success that may no longer fit. Some examples might be, I must always be available, or my kids' and family's needs take priority over my own, or taking time for myself is selfish, or if other people are unhappy, somehow that's my responsibility, or my value is in how much I do for others to be appreciated, or if I suddenly say no to something or someone I usually say yes to, they'll be mad or in the relationship. Then I want you to make a second column, column B, of how I want to feel in this season. These are the feelings that actually matter to you now, so that they can be things like grounded and present in my body, valued for who I am, not just what I do, free to change my mind, connected to meaning, not just productivity, or clear on my deeper why, or feeling true to myself and the things I commit to each day, or worrying less about what other people think and more about what I think, or feeling less attached to unexpected outcomes as I honestly and genuinely speak my truth and do the things that are aligned with my needs and energy, not someone else's. So I'll give you one of mine. Here's an old rule. A good mother says yes whenever my kids want my help. I drop what I'm doing and just take care of things. But how I want to feel now is aligned and honest, not resentful and depleted. So a micro shift that I can make is I pause before answering and ask, do I genuinely have the energy for this right now, today, or at all? If the answer is no, I let myself say so. Or I set limits around when I can help with tasks they're capable of doing themselves. You don't have to rewrite every rule at once. Just choose one old rule and one feeling you want to prioritize this week, and let that be enough. Your nervous system tends to respond better to gentle, consistent micro shifts than to big, dramatic overhauls. One of my favorite questions here is, if your current self, not your culture, not your family, not social media, not a past version of you, but if your current self wrote your definition of success for this season of your life in one sentence, what might it say? Don't overthink it. Just let the first gentle sentence that arrives be enough. Even if it sounds simple, like, success is going to bed feeling at peace with how my day unfolded. Or success is being kind to myself while my body changes. Or success is embracing all parts of me as I change and grow in this next season of life. Here's a tiny experiment to play with this week. Choose one decision, big or small, and instead of asking, what should I do? Ask, what choice is most aligned with how I want to feel in this season of my life? Maybe that looks like leaving the dishes for the night so you can rest, saying no to an extra project, or going for a walk instead of getting ahead on emails or scrolling. Notice what comes up. Guilt, relief, fear, ease. That's your nervous system and your old success rules talking. You don't have to fix it all, just notice, and if you can, make one micro shift in the direction of your new definition of success. And as we close, you might gently ask yourself, if I could quietly retire one definition of success I inherited, what would it be? And what new definition would I whisper to myself instead, just for this season? You don't need a 5-year plan. You just need one honest sentence that feels a little more like you. Every time you choose in favor of that new sentence, even in a tiny way, you're reshaping what success feels like in your body now. And if this episode helped you feel a little more understood in the second half of life, follow, like, or subscribe to Rooted Insights so you don't miss future conversations. And if it feels supportive, you can leave a 5-star rating or positive review. It truly helps other women in this season find these tools and stories. You can also share this episode with a friend who's quietly wondering, what does success mean for me now? Remember, you're not behind, you're in a new season of your life, and your nervous system and your deeper self have carried you this far. You're allowed to support them now, including through redefining what success means in this season of your life. Thanks for being here as we root into more insights together. One pause, one definition, one choice, one new story of success at a time. Join me next time on Rooted Insights.